If you're playing alone, you're playing solo. If you're playing together, it's called a duo. With three, it's a trio, but the real fun starts when you're playing with 7 people together. Then you can create the sound and all the musical effects of a true orchestra, but in a more transparent and perhaps more joyful way. At least that is the sound Beethoven had in mind when he wrote one of his instant musical top hits. Episode 44 of Beethoven 250 and 52 Posts, Beethoven's Septet. Welcome back to my weekly social media vlog series about Beethoven to celebrate his 250th anniversary this year. When you're making such a series, you all of a sudden feel the time really flies because it's already episode 44 and I have to be careful not to miss out on any masterwork in all the 52 episodes. So for today, I have chosen one of my favorite Beethoven pieces, his Septet. The Septet is a juvenile piece of Beethoven. He wrote it in around 1800, 1799 to be very precise. And it's a piece for 7 players. 4 core string instruments, a violin, a viola, a cello and a bass, and 3 wind instruments, horn, bassoon, clarinet. And with it, 7 people form, as you might say, a small orchestra, or put it better, a large chamber group, which can produce a very serious body of sound. But the funny thing is that is exactly what Beethoven didn't have in mind when he wrote the Septet. No, the Septet is a very joyful, sparkling, spontaneous, enthusiastic piece of music. Glitter and glamour in music is how you could describe Beethoven's Septet, if you ask me. It fits the dedicatee very well, because that was Empress Maria Theresa. Maria Theresa had moved from Naples in Italy to Vienna when she married Emperor Francis II of Austria. But Maria wasn't very interested in politics. No, she was a true music lover. She was a fanatic amateur pianist, singer, and dancer. Especially the waltz, a dance we now all associate with Vienna, but at the time was a true novelty, was one of her favorite dances. And Beethoven must have known that. He must have known that too heavy, too serious music could spoil a party, and that he couldn't afford because he needed Maria Theresa's help for the next move, the very important next move in Beethoven's career. Because with Maria Theresa's help, Beethoven was able to organize his very first concert in Vienna in 1800, his first Akademie, on which he could present himself not only as a pianist, but also for the first time as a composer. And he did so with the Septet, combined with a piano concerto, with a symphony of his, and some works by Mozart and Haydn. But the central piece, of course, was the dedicated piece to the Empress, the Septet. The newspapers announced the concert, and it was said that tickets were sold at the house of the composer. What a thought! If you're a musician watching my series and you have the idea that your life in building a career as a musician is hard, keep this in mind. Even Ludwig van Beethoven had to sell tickets for his concerts himself. And he did so with great success. The house was filled on April the 2nd, 1800, when Beethoven held his Academy, and the Septet was an instant hit. Arrangements were made to perform the piece with different combinations of instruments, in duos, in trios, in quartets, and it was played and performed all over Europe. It became one of Beethoven's most popular pieces. Later in his life, Beethoven disliked that. He felt that it wasn't a serious, intellectual, true Beethoven piece anymore. He was too young when he wrote it. Throw the damned piece into the fireplace, he would have said. Well, Beethoven, fortunately, I don't have a fireplace. But if you have a fireplace, then perhaps wouldn't it be a great idea to invite me and sit together, open a sparkling bottle of wine, and enjoy this cheerful, wonderful, happy piece by Beethoven, the Septet. If you do so, let me know in the comments. And if you liked this episode, then press the button below, share it with your friends. And if you really appreciate the series, make a donation via Tiki or PayPal. Many people have already done so, so a big shout out to you. Next week, I'll have to think of another masterpiece to discuss. Well, if you have any suggestions for that, let me know. But the violin concerto might be a good idea. Have a nice Sunday. See you next week.